Hi, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Vibe Live. I'm Steve Moulter, and we're broadcasting from the world of solutions here at Cisco Live. Right now, I am joined by Inder Sidhu. Inder is Senior Vice President of Strategy and Planning for Worldwide Operations here at Cisco. And Inder, welcome. So good to have you here with us today.
I'm very happy to be here, Steve.
And we're actually really excited to have you here today. Inder has just released a brand new book. It's called Doing Both: How Cisco Captures Today's Profit and Drives Tomorrow's Growth. And we're going to get to the book in just a moment. Before we do, though, I want to ask, what has your experience been like so far here at Cisco Live? What have you seen as you've walked around, talked to our customers, our partners, and so on?
Well, Steve, it's been absolutely exciting. We have so many people who are registered, over 10,000 already, and I think it's going up to 13,000. It's exciting. There's a sense of optimism that you can feel in the air right as you walk around. Everybody's more upbeat, and it's something that we saw actually at our Partner Summit in April this year as well. There's a sense of energy, enthusiasm, and I think people are seeing the Cisco vision, the Cisco message, and resonating with it. So it's very exciting and upbeat.
It's great to feel kind of a part of that dynamic, and we can even feel it sitting here, really, with the energy that's going on all around us.
Absolutely, you can actually sense it. The vibe is there.
We just don't want to look around too much. We'll get distracted by too many different things. Okay, let's go and let's dive into the book a little bit, and I want to talk about doing both. It sounds like the primary focus of the book is when companies face key strategic decisions, they often take one path, but they abandon the other path, and I'd like to go into a little bit of detail on that if we could.
Yeah. So most companies, when they are confronted with a difficult choice, will take one path, but they don't realize that there is an opportunity cost of abandoning the other path. And sometimes these are false trade-offs. There are false choices that you're making. And if you force yourself to really stay focused on actually trying to look for the multiplier effect between the two choices, you can usually find it, and it results in tremendous performance. I can't tell you how many times, Steve, I've been in a meeting at Cisco, oftentimes actually with our CEO, where somebody will come in and say, we can deliver great growth in this business, but the profitability might suffer, or vice versa. Or somebody might come in and say, we can go for these established markets, but not emerging markets. They're often making that choice, and every time we send them back, asking them to actually come back out and give us a way to actually accomplish both goals. And it actually works wonderfully well. 9 times out of 10, we get that multiplier effect where each choice reinforces the other one and really drives greater growth and greater profitability.
Do you think people are just sort of locked into a single path? Meaning they've been doing it a certain way for a certain number of years, and all of a sudden they realize, oh, I don't have to make a decision between the two sides. Is it hard to really change people's perspective on that?
It is, because people are fundamentally wired one way or the other, right? And most of the time, most of the management training that we get in MBA school or other places tells you to make choices, to actually prioritize things and so on. And this really kind of goes counter to that whole notion, and it actually shows that you can get a tremendous multiplier by doing both.
I think it's brilliant. It's a nice new way, really, of thinking about things.
It's very simple, but very new, right? The amazing thing is its simplicity.
Absolutely. What would you say, from your standpoint, your perspective at least, what are really the key takeaways? What are the primary drivers that somebody is going to get out of doing both?
I think there's probably 4 or 5. The first one is that doing both is fundamentally a better way. When you get that multiplier effect, and when you get that flywheel effect going for you, you get such tremendous acceleration that it's outstanding. Number 2, it actually delivers results. The 4 big things that Cisco has achieved as a result of this has been speed, speed with respect to its innovation engine as an example, scale with respect to its operations, tremendous amount of flexibility in terms of adapting to new and changing and existing conditions, and finally, a great deal of replicability. So speed, scale, flexibility, and replicability. So those are the benefits. The third thing I'd say is that these benefits, we have seen them in every part of our business here at Cisco. Whether it's in the emerging countries versus established countries, whether it's in sustaining innovation versus disruptive innovation, whether it's in driving excellence in our products or relevance with our customers, whether it's our customers or our partners, whether it's driving an authoritative leadership model or a collaborative leadership model. As we do these things, we get a tremendous multiplier. So the benefits are there that we actually see. And then the last couple of things I'd say about these, Steve, are this is real. All the stories that we discuss in the book are about practitioners. They're stories written by practitioners, and they're for practitioners. Think of this as something that's very, very real. It's like dispatches from the battlefront that are coming straight to you in terms of what works, what doesn't, and how to do it.
Right, and I think that's really one of the key benefits of it is this is tangibility. This is not conceptual. This is just not an idea to think about. This is something to actually put into practice right away.
That's right. It's not one of those books where some business professor goes and studies the last 25, 30 years of companies and tries to draw statistical conclusions. It's very much based on the reality. It's based on experience of what works and what doesn't. Not just my own, but that of the entire Cisco team, and also many other companies. This is probably one of the reasons why the book is resonating quite a bit. It's actually been out only a few days. It's actually just came out this month.
Yeah, June 4th, right? I think release date?
Yeah, June 4th was the release date. And already it's, I think, number 15 in the top books of any kind sold on Amazon, and I think the number 3 or 4 book on business books. So,
that's pretty brilliant in a couple of weeks here.
So we're very excited about it.
I'd imagine you are. Okay, so I want to shift the target. Let's say I'm a leader of a company and I want to take my corporation, I want to go in a different direction. How is a leader going to get started with doing both? How are they going to pick this up and go to work?
I think the first thing you got to do is read the book, get the essence of it, and then start asking yourself some basic questions, some fundamental questions. What are the key choices that I make? Every day we make those choices, sometimes unconsciously. And when you really just take a moment and think to yourself, I didn't make this choice. What was the opportunity cost of doing so? And then if you parse it out and map it to some of the lessons that are laid out in the book, you could really see a very clear path forward. I try to provide a blueprint across all the areas of the business for people to actually apply it.
Okay, all right, excellent. Now, we should probably also talk about where people can learn a little bit more about the book, and I assume that you've got a number of different online opportunities, social media opportunities that people might be able to take advantage of. So where can they find you and where can they find the book?
Well, first, we do have a website for the book. It's called doingboth.com.
Doingboth.com.
Very easy to remember.
Okay.
There's tons of blogs over there. There's a lot of articles, contributed articles in the media. All of them are over there. We also have a Twitter feed at Inder Sidhu. If people want to follow that, they can continuously get a barrage of articles.
Okay.
And also at Cisco Live, we're doing a special thing, which is for all those participants of Cisco Live who actually fill out the post-event survey. This is the one that happens at the end of the event, the post-event survey. We will actually give you a free copy of the book. And you don't have to actually physically carry it in your luggage. We will mail it to you at your home, so it'll arrive to you in a few weeks.
Very, very generous of you. This is a good thing. And I assume that they can take that post-event survey online, correct?
They can absolutely take the post-event survey right here online and give us their feedback and input, which helps us improve Cisco Live. Already a phenomenal event, but always we can improve it. And they get a free copy of the book showing up at their doorstep.
All right, that's absolutely brilliant. Well, Inder, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us here today, and I want to thank all of you for joining us in Vibe Live. We've been talking with Inder Sidhu, Senior Vice President of Strategy and Planning for Worldwide Operations here at Cisco. Now, I just want to let you know that in a moment coming up after our break, we're going to be talking with Frederick Halverson. Frederick is Senior Vice President of Telepresence Technology Group here at Cisco, and that'll be in just a moment. Here at Cisco Live, industry professionals are joining together. They're sharing their experiences. They're sharing best practices throughout the course of the week. And this year, the show has attracted, as Inder mentioned a moment ago, over 10,000 people. We're expected to go all the way to 12,000 attendants here at Cisco Live, which we're very excited about. And one of the best kept secrets that we've got going here on the show floor is that there's a great network that is powering this marquee event. For the very first time, attendees have the opportunity to tour our Network Operations Center, and that NOC was built here specifically for this event to be able to handle this particular huge size of traffic. It's acting as the backbone for all the data traffic here on the show throughout the course of the week. So from your registration to your scheduler, your attendees checking email, John Chambers' keynote address, whatever it happens to be, you can stop by, take a look behind the scenes, check out the NOC. You're going to find it right outside the main show doors here on the show floor, and I hope you'll stop by, say hi to the crew over there, and take a look at the NOC. It's pretty impressive. And once again, we want to thank all of you for joining us here for our discussion with Inder. We want to thank Inder for being here.